In just 90 days, Tesla will record very remarkable growth, but you may ask why? Well, this Jim Cramer interview just revealed the truth about Tesla stock, and it is something that every Tesla investor and fanboy should listen to.
Time for Jim and Stop Trading.
You know, sometimes, Carl, our colleague David Faber would say, what's the key to this market? And today, if we're going to have a turn, there's a negative piece by Barclays about Tesla, talking about a slowdown drive to potential missing quarters. If Tesla is able to turn, then I believe we could have a substantial rally, because this is a very negative piece.
Do you buy UX for Tesla? TSLT, TSLZ to the downside. What do those flow ratios look like?
Yeah, what's interesting here is we launched these a little over a month ago, so right around Tesla earnings. And right after earnings, kind of similar to what we're seeing on the NVIDIA side, it was really 50-50 as far as inflows into both Tesla Z and Tesla T. But in the last 1 month, the inflows have been almost 9-to-1 ratio on the long side. So we haven't seen it come off. I think people are still bulled up Tesla. They're still bulled up Elon Musk. But what we're really, I think, going to see here is if Tesla kind of gets caught up in this big tech kind of pullback. Last year, if you had me on the show, we'd be talking about, how big is this rotation in the value stocks going to be for 2023? And I think, what we're seeing the last couple of days is a rotation into some more value here in the market. So it'll be interesting to see if that continues, or if, like I said before, if this is just pure big tech kind of profit taking.
All right. Yeah.
If you're interested in investing in Tesla, you might be wondering, is Tesla stock over or undervalued? How can you tell if Tesla stock is worth buying or selling, and what are the best strategies to profit from Tesla stock movement? Well, today we're going to answer these questions and more, and also analyze Tesla's stock and its performance from Jim Cramer's point of view. So if you own some Tesla shares, now might be the time to hold on tight, because Jim Cramer is saying some pretty crazy things that are going to shake the industry as a whole.
Let's get on over to Tesla shares. Taking a look at ticker symbol TSLA, the shares are dipping this morning following the company's big Cybertruck event in Austin, Texas on Thursday afternoon. They showed the truck performing some stunts and even beating a 2023 Porsche 911 in a race. But where some may be hung up is the pricing. The entry-level all-wheel drive Cybertruck, it came in at about $61,000. That's more than it had specified the company had back in 2019, where they were shooting for this ballpark of about $40,000 here. A ton of things to really think about with this, and our viewers are taking a look at the Cybertruck prices. There are going to be different modes. Cyber Beast, that top mode that you're looking at there, and then the all-wheel drive, which interestingly, that's the one that has the best mileage range on it here. But at the end of the day, I think the pricing really caught a lot of people by surprise, considering that this wasn't necessarily going to be looked at, or at least it was tried to be given the appeal early on when they announced it in 2019 of what could potentially be mirroring perhaps an F-Series type purchase on the lower end, or at least mass market appeal for a truck in that same price range. This is not that. This is a luxury vehicle type of annexation that they've just slapped on this with that type of price tag in an environment that's already harder to finance some of these vehicles. And then additionally, you add on the fact that a lot of the hang up and concern around people who are purchasing EVs continues to be the charging network, at least at this point in time. So as long as all of those things are answered for, and you do have people, the million of $100 deposits that were already put down, that then spend in and pay $250 now to just move forward with that delivery, just because there were only a handful that were actually able to drive off with their Cybertruck, then you could potentially see, all right, what the type of dent that this car is going to be able to put in the broader truck vehicle landscape going forward.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that is the big question right now, just in terms of what exactly demand is going to look like. We had the prices up on the screen, and those were after the rebate. So when we talk about the fact that a lot of these pricing in terms of what we're seeing today versus what we had expected when Elon Musk first announced this Cybertruck, it costs about 50% more than what he was saying back in 2019. Yes, obviously inflation, it costs a lot more to make a vehicle today than it did back in 2019, but not 50% more. So I think the pricing obviously coming in at the high end was a bit of a surprise to many analysts. We're seeing that reflected in the quick reaction notes here this morning. And I think because of that, the fact that pricing is so much higher right now, analysts are having a bit of a tougher time just trying to gauge what demand is actually going to look like.
Jim Cramer, American TV host, And investor popular for his show Mad Money has once again spilled the beans on the benefits of looking at Tesla from a long-term perspective. Cramer is a big fan of the stock market and no doubt a Tesla enthusiast. In a previous statement about Tesla, the analyst reiterated his bullishness on the company, describing how the automaker will have a profitable future. Today we're going to dive into some of the fascinating updates from Tesla and see how the automaker's gone about achieving its goal towards sustainability. Hey guys, welcome back to Tesla Tomorrow. You know when long-term critics of a stock eventually become big advocates for its growth, usually following the release of a massive catalyst for that growth? That's the story of Tesla and Jim Cramer. It's imperative to note that although Cramer has been a big fan of Tesla, he was once a big critic of the automaker too. In August 2022, Jim Cramer and the Fast Money Halftime Report panel compared Tesla to GM and Ford. And at the time, Jim Cramer didn't hesitate to say that Ford remains one of his favorite stocks, a position which now Tesla is holding. According to Cramer, there will be a significant surge in Tesla's stock price in the coming years, and no Tesla investor is going to want to miss out on it. So what is the growth catalyst for Tesla? Let's find out, but before we do, if you like this type of content, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on post notifications to keep up to date on everything going on with Tesla. There's been quite a lot of good news from Tesla recently. The automaker recently held the first delivery event for its Cybertruck, and it proved that Tesla could ship a vehicle that critics considered impossible. Analyst Ming-Chi Kuo of TF International Securities, one of Apple's most respected analysts, expects that Tesla's Cybertruck is going to potentially become a key automaker player in the whole industry's finances, according to the Cybertruck's innovative design, which could maintain its competitive advantage until 2030. Even Ford CEO Jim Farley gave a nod of respect to Tesla and congratulated Elon Musk and the Tesla team for the Cybertruck. Without a doubt, though, it is clear that the Cybertruck will remain a significant contributor to Tesla's revenue and profit for the years to come. And this contribution is expected to remain unaffected by seasonality or economic downturns for the foreseeable future. Similarly, according to Walter Isaacson, the biographer for Elon Musk, Tesla is working on a low-cost EV which could cost only $25,000 and have a stunning design inspired by the Cybertruck. Tesla is also achieving a massive major milestone in its battery technology with its Gigafactory in Texas. The company announced that it had successfully produced its first batch of 4680 cells that met its high standards of performance and cost. These cells are the key to powering the upcoming Cybertruck and Semi models, as well as enhancing the range and efficiency of existing vehicles. Tesla has introduced wraps for the Model 3 and Model Y in the United States for the first time ever, giving customers the option to choose between several new colors, like matte black, satin gold, and electric blue. Now for competition. Tesla seems to be facing a lot of competition in the auto industry, especially from companies like Rivian, a car company that's been attracting a lot of attention and investment. And for this reason, analysts may think that Tesla's dominance in the EV market has been challenged by new entrants. But the numbers tell a different story. Take a look. In the first 6 months of the US EV sales in 2023, Tesla sold more vehicles than its next 19 competitors combined. With 325,291 vehicles sold, Tesla left behind its closest rival Chevrolet, which sold only 31,000, and Rivian with just 17,969 vehicles. No doubt Rivian has shown impressive growth in its production and delivery numbers, increasing by over 120% now for the first quarter of 2022 to the third quarter of 2023. However, it's still got a long way to go before it can reach Tesla, which produced 430,488 vehicles in the most recent quarter. Tesla's got a huge edge over Rivian, and it's been producing vehicles for more than 20 years, while Rivian has been in business for only half that time. Tesla also perfected its manufacturing process and reduced costs, resulting in some of the highest gross profit margins in the industry. Even after cutting prices last year, Tesla is still at a healthy margin of around 18%. Comparing Tesla to Rivian isn't really fair, as it's like comparing a novice boxer to a champion. It's no contest. In every aspect that matters, Tesla beats Rivian. Rivian might be more like an exciting startup with a lot of potential, but it does carry a lot of risks. And that is what most analysts fail to realize. Investors should not forget that Tesla's got a lot of room to grow. The automaker is constantly investing in research and development and innovating new technologies that will shape the future of the industry. The most notable example is the use of AI to achieve autonomous driving. Tesla is also making significant progress in achieving full self-driving, which will enable its vehicles to drive themselves without human intervention. Musk has said that a grand vision of his is creating a robo-taxi business, which will allow Tesla owners to rent out their vehicles as autonomous taxis, thus creating massive demand and revenue streams. Musk believes that this will be a historic achievement that will make Tesla a $10 trillion company. Experienced investors like Jim Cramer know that Tesla is one of the rare companies that offers investors a combination of financial strength, industry dominance, and long-term market potential. And these investors are taking advantage of the opportunity. Will you be buying any Tesla shares anytime soon? Let us know down below. And if you want to know more about what Tesla's been up to over the last few days, go ahead and click on this next video on your screen. See you there.